black culture is toxic. And let's get on the fact that there's no fathers
So
in
white
the black
culture
home. Let's
Stop. We all deserve a right to exist, and I shouldn't have to earn my right to exist. And that is what capitalism
What makes you think
does.
that you have to earn it? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel that way.
You do have to earn it.
You don't have to earn
yes,
it.
you do.
We're
That
in
is why we are
America, Amanda.
criminalizing the poor. Well, here's
So
what
when
you all keep doing.
No,
You keep interrupting me when I'm talking, and you don't want to hear the point that I'm going to make. And yet you want me to respect your point. And that's not how a debate works. If I show you respect, give me the respect back. Ooh, I knew I was going to be surrounded by ignorance, but damn, let's go. My first claim is it is undeniable that reparations are just and necessary. My next claim is that black on black crime is a result of underinvestment and over-policing. My next claim is systemic racism isn't a theory. It's our lived reality backed by data and history. My final claim is black conservatism fails to meet the needs of the working class. Greetings. I am Amanda Seales, widely known as a comedian, an actress, a disruptor, an annoying person on the internet who always tells the truth. And I am now an artistic intellectual who commits myself to making art that educates. And today, I am surrounded by 20 black conservatives.
Yeah, guys. So if you haven't seen that episode, you might want to check it out on YouTube. It's called Surrounded. On the channel, it's called Jubilee. But listen, man, when I saw this episode posted and it was going to come out with Amanda Seales, I knew it was going to be crazy. I knew it. For those of you who know who Amanda Seales is and have been following and know a little something about Amanda Seales, you already know Amanda Seales is pretty radical. She's pretty radical as they come. And she's not always wrong. She's not always wrong. There is a lot of time there's some truth in what she's saying. You know, one of the biggest things that Amanda Seales, I think, has always been an issue for me is the fact that she goes into this victim mentality so often. I mean, she can be a victim like no other. She makes us as black people the ultimate victims, and like this helplessness that we can't do nothing because we're victims, and you know that's just the way she sees it. And a lot of this conversation on Surrounded, these conservatives, a lot of them were making a case to her that you know that's not something that should be holding us back. The things that she was using, like she was talking about systemic racism, she was talking about certain things. Let me make this clear: we black people, we've been dealing with racism in this country for a long time. Okay, we have been. That's just a point blank period. That's it. We've been dealing with it for a long time. It's not a secret. It's not nothing that she's making up or nobody's making up. We need to first of all acknowledge that. Okay. If now some of these conservatives, the problem I have with some of them is that some of them didn't want to acknowledge it. Yo, you can't fix the problem, or you can't talk about solving or not allowing a problem to affect you without first acknowledging the problem. You had a young boy on there. They didn't show him in this little clip, but they had a young boy on there trying to make the point to her that there is no racism in America. There is no racism in America. Basically, that's what he said to her. And this kid had to be like 20 years old, you know. And he had some points I thought that were good, but is mixed with this lack of information, what appears to be intentional ignorance that kept coming out of his mouth and some of the other mouths that was on this panel. And I would like to present to everybody that the truth is somewhere in the middle. The truth is somewhere in the middle. There's people who are going to feel like those people had great points and that everything that they said, a lot of things that they said was factual, was true. As black people, nothing's holding us back. We can make a decision to be better. We have the biggest problem is with us in our own community. We kill ourselves more than anybody else. We kill ourselves more than the police kill us. We kill ourselves, period, way too much. And we can't blame nobody but ourselves for that. When we start making excuses about how the government did this and made us do that, no. I'm not trying to hear that. We have to be accountable for our own ignorance. We can talk about how things get a certain way, but not in a way to where we're trying to run away from the fact that we need to be accountable and that we can change it on our own. If we keep saying stuff like they did this to us and did that to us, then we still got to be stupid for allowing them to trick us, allowing them to do this to us. So either way go, we got to take accountability the way to go. But Amanda Seales, man, she, one of the points that she did make that I did like was about reparations. I feel like personally, I think we are definitely owed reparations. And I haven't heard an argument by a conservative yet why we should not get reparations. Some of them just don't think that we should get it because we want it. I'm like, wait a minute. So, you want to make a point that we shouldn't get reparations because you think that we're not going to do the right things with it, or that some of us are not going to do the right things with the money. Regardless what they do with the money, it's still our money. It's still money that's owed to us by our ancestors and the labor that they did that they were not paid for. So regardless of what your feelings are, other people got reparations, like Amanda Seales explained in this clip. They got reparations, and Black people are entitled to reparations as well. We should not be making a point that we are not due reparations. That's just idiotic and stupid. And I think a lot of some of these far right conservatives, they drop the bar. They drop the ball when they say stuff like that. The older I get, the more conservative I get. I do identify and I do agree with some of the stuff that they say, because I do understand, man, we are in full control of our own destiny. I refuse to talk as if another man controls my future, or I'm helpless. I can't do nothing unless the white man allows me to, or, I'm not a victim, bro. I don't talk that victim shit, and I don't like other people that do it as well. So I do agree with a lot of conservatism. I do. Not all of it. Some of it's straight BS. And I'm going to call it out when I see it the same way I'm going to call out liberal BS. You dig? I'm the man in the middle at the end of the day. I'm going to speak on it from a real point of view on both sides. Everybody can't be right. Everybody can't be wrong. The truth sometimes is in the middle. And that's where a lot of times we drop the ball at. Some people don't want to acknowledge some of the truth that's in what she's saying. And at the same time, she doesn't want to acknowledge the truth that's in what they're saying. So, I thought the conversation was really good, though. Amanda Seales, again, she's a character. If she can control her temper better, if she can really try to be a little bit more, patient with people when they're trying to go against her. Sometimes she lets her emotion get the best of her sometimes. I think that's one of her biggest issues. She's a serial victim. She'll be a victim to the T any day of the week. And I think that's one of the issues that I have with her. But I think she's a very intelligent Black woman. She's a very intelligent Black woman, And I thought overall the conversation was good. It needed to be had. And I think everybody should go over there and watch it from start to finish, man. Every person that she talked to, there was some value in every conversation. So, yeah. But I wanted to discuss that because I thought it was very interesting, man. At the end of the day, it's something that, we all should be in tune with these type of debates, because we need to know where we stand in general and why we think the way we think. One thing about a debate, when you watch a debate, a lot of time you have opportunity to see somebody's thoughts challenged and rebutted, and you get to hear the counter argument, which answers a lot of stuff that you might be going around thinking that's the final answer. No, you got to know the counter argument. The counter argument oftentimes give you more perspective. And once you hear both sides, you can make a decision for yourself on which you want to believe. You dig?
That's what I do it for. I got motion. Even though I be joking, get to the bag. Got me waking at 4 something. It's deep as the ocean. Been through the fire.